Hey guys, it is November 24th. I just got home from work and I thought I would go ahead and make the intro to this video. If you haven't been following along, I have had 2 miscarriages back to back, and my most recent was at the end of September. Last week I posted a loss diary on my blog, Shades of Shay, kind of documenting everything that I have been going through from November 11th until the beginning of this week. It follows the week before I go in for my testing to see if I have a blood clotting disorder, and also documents my first period after having 2 miscarriages. It's the first one that I've had since before I got pregnant for the first time. So it kind of just, I go into detail about my emotions and my mental health and kind of the situations that I've been put in, and talking about the appointment that I had and how I was feeling about it. So that was called, I called it my loss diary. And I kind of wanted to document it on video as well and call this my video diary, my loss video diary. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and insert all of the clips that I have taken are ones that I posted on my stories on my social media. So they're going to be this format and not this format because I kind of put a lot of my emotions out there then, and especially the morning that I had my cycle, I kind of just said that to get it off of my chest, because I like to tell, I'm an overshare and I need to get it off of my chest. I can't bottle it up. I can't just leave it. I have to tell somebody, and that's exactly what I did. And then also I document everything that happened with my appointments as well through the video, so you'll get to see that. So I hope that you guys like it, that if you're going through something very similar, I hope that this gives you some peace knowing that you are not alone, because that is the purpose of me making all of these videos and all of my blog posts. That, and also for myself as well, for my mental health, because just writing it down and getting it out helps me so much, because I feel like a weight's been lifted off of my shoulders when I don't feel like I'm carrying it by myself, if that makes any sense. So I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and watch that, and I'll see you in my next update. Today is a very bittersweet day, I would say. Little Miss Red came to see me today, and it's the first time since everything has happened. So I was really anxious about it, and I wanted it to happen because I knew that it needed to in order for me to move forward. But it's just sad given the circumstance. So that is really personal. I was about Monday. I have my first appointment for my testing on Monday. I'm gonna get blood drawn, and I'm gonna get tested for clotting disorders and all that stuff that could be a possible reason for miscarriages. I honestly don't know if I have a pre-condition that I don't know about. I honestly don't think that I do. I've never really thought that I did. I mean, because I'm sure there would have been signs throughout my life pointing to one. I don't know. But I'm really hoping, like, everything's fine, and it probably is, and I'm probably overthinking it, the fact that it's getting so close, but I am so ready at the same time. I'm so ready to finally have all of my answers. I did receive the answers back from the genetic testing that we had done for our little, and then after I get my results with all of my answers, and hopefully, this last one was I don't want to call it a fluke, but my body was just not ready. And that's what we're hoping for, because if that's the case, then the next go around, when we're finally ready and able to emotionally handle another pregnancy, we'll actually be able to bring home a baby. Anyway, that is enough of the sadness. That's just, I woke up feeling weird because Mother Nature brought me today, so it brought back a lot of stuff, and it made me, it's really bittersweet because it made me sad, but it also made me happy because I know that my body is trying to get back to normal, and it never got that far last time. So my doctor's appointment at 3:30, so still kind of nervous about that, what the outcome's gonna be, but I'm ready at the same time, if that makes any sense. I don't know how I feel about it. And my hormones were 10 times worse than I've ever felt them before in my entire life, and it was bad. Saturday morning was okay, and then it wasn't okay, and then it turned out pretty good. I was having one of my insecurity moments that turned in with the way that my hormones have been. Like, if I just have one thought, like, I'm already a big overthinker, but if I have just one thought, the past 2 days, my brain has just ran with it and dragged me through the mud. Tomorrow I'll go to work and have to get blood taken. But there's something really, really sweet that I got from my family yesterday that I wasn't expecting. I didn't know they had it. My parents and my aunt got stuff for our lost babies. I got this ornament, which we specified to any loss. 2 memory coins, tadpole. For those of you that don't know, tadpole was our first loss. We nicknamed that baby tadpole, and this one was our second. If you didn't follow along, baby peahead, my nickname growing up was baby peahead because I have a perfectly shaped pea. So how we told my parents is we wrote baby peahead part 2 due May 2022 on a can of peas and gave it to them. So baby peahead it became. And then individually my parents got us 2 different things for each. So peahead got a candle. And tadpole got a plaque. So we have 4 coins, 2 tadpoles, 2 peaheads, 1 set for me and 1 set for Brandon. I'm really scared to lose them, and I really don't know where to put them. Brandon's gonna get a clip and put them in his truck, on his visor. He's gonna clip them right there. They're in my nightstand until he gets that clip, but I'm scared to put them in my wallet or my purse and I lose it or someone steals it, because I don't ever want to lose these. You know what? I know what I'm gonna do. They're my babies. I put them in my Noah's Ark. I've had this since I was a baby. I don't know if I had this before I was born or what, but it was in my nursery. It was in my room growing up. And I've always had it. I think that's the perfect little spot for them. So I have both of them in Noah's Ark. And then Tadpole's plaque. And then Peahead's next to me. I received very, very thoughtful gifts from my family. It's nice to know, I mean, it's so hard to explain this, but like, I know I wasn't the only person affected by the loss that we that Brandon and I had to go through, and our family felt it just as much. And seeing that my mom, my parents, my aunt went out of their way and ordered this stuff for us to keep them with us forever for our memories. So sweet. You know, I keep thinking all the time that no one's feeling what I'm feeling. But they lost these babies too, so it's humbling for sure. My frustration with trying to go ahead and get this done is very real, because I had prepared myself for this appointment and now it got passed back almost an entire week. So you can imagine how that feels. The beginning of this week, I was extremely stressed. Like Monday morning, finding out that the appointment was changed, and then finding out that my weekend plans had to change a tad bit, made me frustrated, and then I kind of just vented and let Brandon know everything that has been going on with me, and it made me feel a little bit better. Appointment is very nerve-wracking for me, and I was really overwhelmed over the weekend and on Monday, and today I just felt calmer about it. And then I get to the office and all this crap, and I have to wait 2 more days. So it was supposed to be today. I was prepared for it, and then it ended up not happening. So there it is. So when my mom gave me those sweet gifts that my family participated in getting me and Brandon for our losses, she mentioned that I immediately had printed off all the pictures that we had taken of our pregnancy with tadpole, and put everything that we had in a scrapbook, pregnancy test, anything that we had written down, photos or whatever, and I made a scrapbook of it that I put in my hope chest that's right here, and it says our first pregnancy, and it's about tadpole, and has the sign that I made for Brandon, all the pictures that we took, and then the pregnancy test, and that is a photo album of when I was actually in the process of the miscarriage. I took pictures of that, and I didn't want people who saw this album to see that, so I put it in a smaller one. In the pages, I literally wrote things about what was happening when I took the pictures, and how I was feeling, and showing Brandon, and when I found out, and all that stuff. So it's very detailed and very personal. And this time around, I hesitated on making the scrapbook. I knew I was going to do it, but I just literally put all the photos in my camera roll and put them in a album just labeled pregnancy, and I left them there. And I thought it was too hard to go back and do it. In this past week, I feel like my healing process has finally actually really started, to where I feel like I'm healing and not just hanging on by a thread like I did last week. Honestly, can't tell you what changed or what happened, but Monday afternoon, I felt like Brandon and I were finally on the same page after the past few months, and I just felt so much better, and maybe God's healing just I accepted it, and I felt it, and it was just there. And mentally, I feel like I've been in such a better place the past 3-4 days. So I printed off all of the pictures. I have it all laid out right here to do. I got a bump book this time around, as some of you know. So that's going to go. Before I put it in there, I'm actually going to write a note in here to baby P-Head, to our second baby C. This was the last bump date picture that I took. And of course, I never got to fill out that week's journal because I found out I was miscarrying. And this is all the stuff that I had done before, and taking Polaroids and stuff. So I'm going to write a note in there before I put it up. This is the bag that I gave Brandon on his birthday to tell him that I was officially pregnant, and there's the confetti in there. And 3 out of the 4 pregnancy tests. I had a second digital one, but the pregnant went away, so I threw it away. I'm surprised this one has lasted. And then the 2 plus blue clear ones. And it's a hat box my mom actually gave me when I was trying to make the scrapbook, like, get together for Tadpole, but I got a huge scrapbook that it wouldn't fit. So I put everything in that one because it all fit. Because it literally, Tadpole was 2 days. I found out I was pregnant, and then the next day I started miscarrying. So it was a very short time span, and I listed like details next to the pictures of how I was feeling or what we were doing. This time around, we knew I was pregnant for over a month. So of course there's a lot more pictures. It was over a longer time span, so it's a lot harder to Today is November 16th, and I am currently sitting in my OB's office. I'm about to go in and get my blood drawn so they can send it off to be tested to see if I have any clotting disorders that could cause miscarriages. I'm not as nervous as I was before. I think that I have calmed down as much as I possibly could, and I prepared myself as much as I possibly could. And I feel like my relationship's in a better place, and God's arms are just wrapped around me. Like, He knows that I needed Him, and He knows that I needed comfort through this, and that's exactly what He did. So now I'm going to stop stalling and go inside and start the process. I am beyond frustrated. I just left from inside my OB's office, and they come to find out, I guess there was some miscommunication or something, because I had a set appointment for 3:15 yesterday afternoon. And I was like, all right, I'm coming in to... Sorry, as I was recording that, I got a call from inside. I'm still sitting in the parking lot. Because they rescheduled my appointment for tomorrow afternoon. Then she just called me and told me that, no, I need to come in. They don't want me to come in tomorrow. They want me to come in on Thursday at 3:15. my original appointment that I made over a month ago, when I came in to get checked after I lost my second baby, she said, I want to see you in a month. And November 15th was actually over a month. It was a few days over a month because I saw her on October 11th. So we scheduled it for that date at 3:15 to go see her and to get lab work done. I got a call yesterday morning from a receptionist saying, hey, our lab technician is out. You're getting done his lab, so you can come in at any time tomorrow. Done. I was confused because I was like, oh, I thought I was having an appointment. I didn't realize I was just getting labs done. But okay, I'll come in tomorrow. No big deal. It's whatever. Even though I was frustrated about it because I was really nervous and scared to start this process because I know why I'm doing this and I'm scared of what the outcome is going to be. So I was preparing myself for Monday and then they rescheduled it to Tuesday. I come in, I'm sitting in the lobby and they're confused because there's nothing on the schedule for me. Like, they had no idea I was coming in. They were really confused. So either the technician told me wrong, a blood technician wasn't there, but I guess she didn't realize that I had an actual appointment and she didn't reschedule me for that appointment. She just told me to come in. And then this appointment that I just scheduled got changed to Thursday because I have run into so many problems with this OB. And I mean, the doctor is so sweet. But this place, it's such a small building and they have like 6 or 7 doctors and they see so many patients that they just can't give the care that I deserve, that the patients deserve. I've been through so much and I don't deserve to have to deal with this stress. Jesus, please give me the strength. Anyway, when Thursday comes, I will try this again. Here I am, back at my OB's office for the 3rd time. I'm going to take this off because it's actually kind of hot and I don't really need that extra piece of clothing. Hopefully today goes as planned. I didn't get a call. There's no way this appointment should be rescheduled. At this point, I'm less nervous and more just ready for it to be done. I'm just ready to have my answers already and just a tad bit annoyed that this has taken 4 days more than what it should have. But I'm going to go in and I'm going to start that process and get the answers that we need for our future family. You guys, this is a love-hate situation. So, past month, I've been writing sort of like a loss diary for my blog, which you guys will see. And I kind of put in there the other day about how I was really frustrated, everything that's been going on with my OB and being rescheduled, and just talking about how after my testing and stuff is done, I plan on moving and finding another OB. And even after the last miscarriage that we went through, I had spoken on that too, because of the way that I was treated during my miscarriage. I wasn't getting the attention that I deserved and that I needed. And when I actually get in to see my doctor, like I saw her and today, the doctor is amazing. She's very attentive. She's very kind. As soon as I expressed that I wanted to be informed and that I expressed how I felt about the situation, she's been reciprocating it and giving me everything that I need. Explained to me the rescheduling issue that had happened this week was because out of anyone's control, the only blood technician that they had wasn't there Monday, so I had to be rescheduled. And she wasn't in the office the past 2 days, and the only day she could see me was Thursday. Told them, no, make her come in on Thursday because I want to see her. I want to speak with her. I need to see how she is. And that made me feel amazing and very heard. Doctor wants to make sure that I'm okay. And she even saw that my demeanor from the last time she saw me till now has changed tremendously. And I honestly give all the credit to the way that Brandon and I have gotten in a better place over the past 3 days, and I don't know how or why the change, it just happened. God putting peace over me completely to just prepare myself for this situation. So now it's like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what's right and what's wrong, whether or not to find a new OB or to stick with it. I do, to this day, believe that the office management, the doctor to patient ratio isn't great here at all, and a lot of people don't get the kind of care that they deserve because of it, and I have been victim to that a lot here. But then when I actually see my doctor, it makes me think twice, because she now knows what I need, and she's treating me the way that I need to be treated. In this appointment that I just came out of, we literally sat there and had a personal conversation, and she reciprocated everything, and I looked like I was sitting there talking to one of my friends about everything that's been going on the past couple months, and she gave me very informative information, like a doctor would give, but still sounding like my best friend, and I loved it. I felt super close and just heard completely. So now there's that. I'm actually going to get into what my appointment was. I got my blood drawn, and they took 3 vials, and what they call it is work up. So they're going to send that blood off, and she said it'll take about 3.5 weeks to get back, because, you know, Thanksgiving, the holidays in the middle. I love this. She asked if, when the result I want, she's going to call and see if me and Brandon and her were going to sit down and actually talk about the results, or she's going to give us the results together, because I feel bad, and I know that Brandon wanted to be there through the entire process of the last miscarriage, and he wasn't allowed to due to the COVID restrictions. And, you know, she just laid it there like, yes, he can come in, we're all going to talk about this if that's what you want. And I'm happy because he gets to be a part of like the final stage of our lost story, hopefully, or at least this chapter of it. What was funny, something that I was definitely not expecting, is she mentioned something about go ahead and start trying again. We could. All she wanted from me, from my body, was to have 1 normal cycle, which I did this last week. After that, it was pretty much free game, and she said that she honestly believes that I am going to have a perfectly beautiful pregnancy, and that I'm going to be a mom very soon. That's exactly what she told me. And that she believes how intuitive I am, and how conscientious I am, that I'm going to be a great mother, which was part of our like just intimate conversation that we sat there and had. And it made me feel really great. It made me feel like it's going to happen. Like, I'm going to have that day, and I'm going to have that moment, and that moment will be hopefully soon. I mean, obviously, I'm not ready at the moment, and we made it a point that we want these blood test results back before we even think about trying again. And after that is just, I want our marriage to be in a better place, and I want our communication to be better, because we've struggled with that the past few months. I mentally want to be in a better place, and whether or not that's the trigger is to actually become a mom, or it's, you know, just to let time be the healer. So I hope you guys go check out that blog, because it has details of everything that's been happening. And thanks for being along on this journey.